Hey Scorpio, welcome to this time your bi-weekly forecast. Instead of doing a weekly forecast, this is going to be for February 1st through the 13th. It's going to be for a longer period of time because I'm behind posting videos and I'm hoping that this will help me get caught up again. So we're going to see what's coming up. Keep in mind on the 1st we have the new moon in Aquarius, and this is energy that's going to be around for a while. The new moon in Aquarius is bringing us authenticity, a clean slate, and the desire for a new beginning, the desire for a clean slate. So we're going to see how these energies are affecting Scorpio, Scorpio's sun, moon, and rising. One more shuffle here, and then we'll get right on into it, my darlings. Let's get right on into it. See what's coming up for Scorpio. First card that's coming up here is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a major Arcana card. How very appropriate. Those of you who watch my readings, you've heard me say before in the past that the major Arcana cards come up anytime that it's a new beginning. It's a significant new chapter in our life. And we have this new moon in Aquarius bringing about this desire for a new beginning and a clean slate. So Scorpio, the fact that your first card out of your gate during this energy period is the Wheel tells us you are so ready for it. You are so ready for it. Some of you maybe have had some ideas or things that you've been wanting to do, or you've been wanting to make a big shift or a big change in some way, and you're feeling like, you know what, now is the time. Now feels right. Like intuitively you're feeling this is the time for change. The Wheel of Fortune is also a card that comes up when we're getting unstuck. Whatever was blocking us, whatever was holding us back is removed, and now not only are we moving forward, once the motion starts, it happens very quickly. It happens very fast. So it's like nothing, 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 then boom, the ball is really rolling now. So getting unstuck, fast changes, fast moving energy. The Wheel of Fortune also sometimes comes up for me in a reading when Spirit is trying to give you reassurance or confirmation that you have done everything you could have possibly done in a situation. So some of you are feeling like this is the time for change, this is the time to move on, but you might have fear like, man, what if there was a karmic lesson here that I was supposed to learn? What if there was like some assignment here, something I was supposed to do, and now I'm walking away and I haven't done it? Like, am I going to have to come back to this place or to this situation? Am I going to have to repeat this again in another lifetime? When the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's saying you have done everything you could possibly do. There is nothing left to do in the situation. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. You don't have any karmic debt. Whatever debt you had, you've paid it. Whatever you were supposed to do, you've done it. And now you have permission to move on. So let that be a reassurance and a comfort for those of you who maybe are a little bit worried. Like, oh, what if I didn't, do something I was supposed to do? For me, the Wheel of Fortune comes up to say, you're good. You're in the clear. Move forward. Move forward. Move forward. Your next card here, Scorpio, is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is a card that comes in with a couple of different meanings, messages, vibes. And the Seven of Swords here can sometimes indicate traditionally that you're dealing with somebody who is not being honest with you, somebody who's being sneaky, somebody who's maybe being a bit of an opportunist and seeing you as a way to benefit from you. Okay, but something about the way the Seven of Swords is, how 5 of these swords are in this little pit here, almost like this buck came here and knocked them over. It looks like they're being buried, right? Like they're here, they've fallen by the wayside. It looks like they're about to be buried, and that makes me think of the 5 of Swords. So in this instance, Scorpio, as I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing this kind of new moonish kind of, partial moon over its head in between its antlers. The antlers are also seen as symbols of receiving messages from the divine. So I feel like you've already received messages and you've already taking me back to that Five of Swords vibe, you've already cut ties, you've already burned bridges with anybody who has been opportunistic towards you. You've already cut off people from their supply. Maybe there was a time that people were feeding off of you, mooching off of you, and you cut them off. Some of them you cut off because your gut told you. You're like, I'm not going to wait for the evidence to come in. I'm not going to wait for the proof to be handed to me. I've been doing this long enough to know that if my gut is telling me, if my intuition is telling me, then I need to listen to it. I'm not going to wait around for the evidence. I don't need the evidence. If my gut is telling me, cut this person off, I'm going to cut this person off. So I feel like you've already done that. Now here, right, we have the Two of Swords that are still standing. Two of Swords is going to be that indecision, that procrastination. Spirit is telling you it's time to go. And some of you are still like, yeah, maybe I should wait for like the door to open or to be shown to me. And Spirit is saying, take action, move forward, don't be in fear. But because this is the Seven of Swords after all, move forward quietly. Quietly, Scorpio. People don't need to know about your plans right now. People don't need to know what you're up to. The less interference there are in your plans, the quicker you're going to achieve them. And so the Seven of Swords for me is keeping your plans, your dreams, your visions, your projects, your ideas, your creations, your inventions, keeping them close to your chest. You don't have to lay them out on the table. Nobody needs to see it. Nobody needs to know about it. Because their intentions may not be so very good. Their intentions might not be so very nice. They want to come in and steal credit for your ideas, or steal your ideas and use them for themselves, or they want to discourage you from what you're trying to do, or put negativity in your head. So Seven of Swords is step quietly. Make your moves, move towards big things, but you don't need to announce it. I feel, Scorpio, this is also a really big message for those of you who are coming from the school or the ideology of speaking things into existence. And sometimes people think that if you speak it into existence, like the louder that you speak it, the sooner it comes into existence. So this might be somebody who's like going and making declarations to their friends and family. They might be posting things on social media, you know, because they think that if I declare it this boldly, this loudly, then surely it's going to manifest much more quickly. And Spirit is saying you're bringing in and attracting in all kinds of energy, outside energy into the situation that does not need to be in the situation. This is between you and your guides and your angels and God. Nobody else needs to know about it. You can speak it into existence through affirmation. Maybe you want to wake up in the morning and say it out loud the first thing when you wake up, and say it out loud the last thing before you go to bed. Maybe you want to say it out loud while you're, you know, driving in your car, or while you're washing dishes, or whatever, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. You can speak it into existence, but it doesn't have to be spoken in public. Right? There's a time to lay low, and this is a time to lay low with your dreams, your ideas, and with your plans. Some of you might be preparing to take a trip, an international trip, and you might even have done relocation, and now you're thinking of relocating internationally. You're thinking of immigrating to another country, and there may be an opportunity coming up for you to take this trip, right? Now, you may choose to tell only one very close person, you know, hey, this is what's going on, this is where I'm going, this is what's up, just for the sake of safety and somebody knowing where you're at and what you're doing and what you're up to. But you're not going to broadcast it to everybody. You're not going to tell your neighbors and your extended family and you know, everybody on your social media friends list. You're going to lay low. It's going to be on a need-to-know basis with people. And so I feel there might be some really big things that you're doing. Some of you might be receiving a really big contract, a really big offer. Maybe you an offer on a house was accepted that you put in, or you accepted an offer on property you're selling, or you're receiving an opportunity for a new job, or some kind of contract if you're doing something more creative, and you're not going to announce it to everybody. They're not going to know until all the moves have been made, until you've gone from wherever you're at, or you're seen on TV or heard on the radio or whatever it might be. They're not going to know till then. So Spirit is saying not everyone needs to know what's going on. There may be some really good news, and again, you're not going to tell everybody. You might share it with only 1 or 2 people or a select few. This is not the time to tell everybody what you're up to. The next card that's coming up here, Scorpio. Oh my gosh. It's you. It's the Death card. Now, okay, we've got these big major arcana cards coming in. This is telling us really big, huge, massive changes in a very short period of time. When I'm reading for someone and their major arcana card comes up, it always makes me happy, because it tells me that the situation that you're dealing with is directly connected to you coming into your power, you coming into your strength, you coming into your gifts, your abilities, your true identity, shaking off the programming, shaking off the conditioning and the labels that have been put on you from the time you were very young, and going to the authentic self, your soul identity, who you truly are, before all of the shaping and molding and conditioning occurred. Living your life unapologetically as you are in your truth, and being in your full confidence. Being deeply in love with yourself in a non-narcissistic way. The things that you thought were weaknesses, you see are actually strengths, and they're wonderful tools when applied productively. And so you're seeing yourself in a much better, much positive way. The purple in this card is really jumping out at me. So this is making me feel like there's going to be a lot more increasing in the activity of the crown chakra, clearing in the crown chakra. I feel there's ideas, epiphanies, leading you to further transformation, further success. I feel like there's a massive, massive positive shift coming in for you, a great big opportunity. It feels like a big deal. And Spirit is saying, honey, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. You still don't know how big this is going to get. Spirit is saying this is just the cage door opening. This is just you stepping out of the cage. You're barely like in the backyard. Wait until you leave out the front gate and really go out there into the world. It's going to lead to something much bigger. Much, much bigger. And so Spirit is saying here, Scorpio, that those of you who are intuitive, who want to throw down cards and try to figure out what is this, Spirit is saying we're not going to show you, Scorpio. It's not going to be revealed to you. We're not going to tell you where you're going yet, because it is so big that if you knew, your negative ego would scare the crap out of you and would sabotage you and keep you from reaching it. Your negative ego is going to tell you that you're not worthy. Your negative ego is going to tell you that you're not deserving. Your negative ego is going to tell you that there's no possible way that you could do something so impactful or so making such a big difference in the world. Who am I? Right? So Spirit is like, nope, we're not even going to tell you. You can pull all the cards you want to pull. You can schedule all the readings you want to schedule. But there's certain aspects of this journey that will not be shown to you because it's so big that it would scare you. And so you're not allowed to know. And this is directly connected with your purpose, with what you're meant to achieve, with what you're meant to do, with who you're meant to impact. I also feel some of you might be caring for children or a child that is going to be very impactful, that's going to kind of create a positive chain reaction. So maybe some of you are coming in as educators that are making a big difference, or a parent or grandparent who's having a special impact and planting a certain seed. but I see some of you are planting seeds, mental seeds in children that are going to sprout down future generations. That's a big message. I just got chills. Sometimes I hear Spirit say something and I'm like, whoa. That was one of those moments for me. So I'm just gonna leave that there. That got a little deep for me. The next card coming up here is the Five of Pentacles. Now you might say, oh my gosh, Amethyst, come on now. Why are you going to give me all these happy cards and then you're going to come at me with Five of Pentacles? Five of Pentacles is actually not a bad card. Some people see it as a bad card because they perceive it as being left out in the cold. But Five of Pentacles is a card that can come up during a time of uncertain financial climate. Like the economy may be bad and it might be seen as a time that's not the best time economically to make certain moves, or it feels very uncertain. This is a card that can come up around self-employment. This is a card that can come up around career changes. So a lot of you might be making these changes and you're going to have to be cautious with your money, with your planning. Because of the way the economy is, there might be high costs and things like this, so you're budgeting, but it does not mean like being destitute. It does not mean being penniless. It just means that you might have to make decisions based on the current financial climate, based on the current economy in terms of finances. Five of Pentacles also comes up when we're kind of going out there into the unknown and we're finding soul family along the way. We said how some of you are burning bridges, and we said how Spirit was saying that you're going to be accepting opportunities, but it's not the time to tell the people around you. So in a lot of ways, it's going to feel like you're in this journey by yourself. You're going out there without really people knowing what you're up to, the journey that you're embarking on. But the Five of Pentacles tells us we find soul family along the way. We find true friends along the way. We make true connections along the way, right? There's this figure here, and I guess that's like a wolf, but it's also kind of like a dog. You know, man's best friend. There's nothing more loyal than a dog. Someone was joking with me the other day, and they were like, if you love your man half as much as you love your dog, then that's a lucky bastard right there. Or I wish I was your dog. Like someone was just like flirting and joking with me, and I was like, man, if I knew any living person on this planet that loved me as much as my dog, oh my gosh, I would be with them forever. And so I feel like there's a great deal of symbolism here with this wolf dog creature here, in terms of companionship. Someone who will never leave your side, someone who's going to protect you, someone who's going to fight for you, someone who's going to defend you. Scorpio is fiercely loyal. And that's a challenge. I think that's one of the hardest things for Scorpio is so very loyal that it's often very difficult to find that loyalty returned, to find someone who has the same level of commitment and loyalty to Scorpio. And so I feel here like this is the ultimate loyalty. The ultimate loyalty. Some of you may be coming into a close partnership or alliance, whether it's a romantic partnership or a business partnership or a best friend, or all of the above. That it might feel like it's us against the world, but together you're conquering, you're triumphing. I feel there's support coming in at this time. You might want to check out the love reading for February, because I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, that theme ran through the love reading for Scorpio for February. You may want to check that out if you'd like, but I just feel this is like someone who has your back. Who's going to stick with you through the difficult times. The next card that's coming up here is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is busy energy. Two of Pentacles is a lot going on. Busy energy. And we have to remind ourselves to move through the work with a sense of playfulness. Trying to focus on what we enjoy about it. Try to enjoy what we like about it. Try to incorporate a pleasant atmosphere around it. Try to make it fun or enjoyable. Two of Pentacles also comes up for me in my readings when we sometimes get a little bit stuck inside of our heads and we're doing a lot of judging. We're doing a lot of like, oh my gosh, did you see the way that person looked at me? They don't like the question I asked. They think I asked a stupid question. They think I'm working too slow. They don't like me. They don't think I deserve to be here. You know, like all these things run through our head. We don't know what other people are thinking. Okay? We're not mind readers. And someone got really upset and commented and said one time, after I said that, they said in the comments, I am a mind reader. Some of us are mind readers. We're not mind readers. I stand by what I said. We are not mind readers. Okay? So, with this Two of Pentacles, we don't know what somebody else is saying. A lot of it is our insecurity, our negative ego freaking us out. And Spirit is saying, take a step back and focus on the task at hand. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. It doesn't matter whether or not somebody else thinks you're doing a good job or whether or not you deserve to be there. Spirit opened this door. Spirit gave you this opportunity. Spirit put you here. Spirit feels you deserve to be here. Spirit feels you're good enough for this opportunity. And you're going to succeed as long as you focus. As long as you focus and stay focused on the task at hand. And try to focus on aspects of it that you enjoy. That's important for a Scorpio, because Scorpio can't do anything their heart is not in, right? So try to connect with it in ways that you enjoy the work that needs to be done. I feel like a lot of you are going to have big blessing, big responsibility, big shift, big change. And as I said, the negative ego is going to be what you're going to have to overcome here. Get out of the negative ego. Keep reminding yourself, I'm here because I deserve to be here. I'm here because Spirit put me here. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to do well. I'm going to enjoy this process as much as possible. I'm going to enjoy the journey. I'm going to enjoy learning. And go into it with that headspace. And you will do wonderfully. Scorpio, you may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks that might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for February are linked in the description. One last thing I want to say, guys. I did go a little farther in this week's forecast, and I did it for a 2-week period instead of 1-week period, because I am so behind. And I know a lot of you have noticed I've been really behind on posting the weekly forecasts. I've been really behind on the podcasts. Forget it. I haven't done anything with the podcast in the longest time. And it's not that I don't care or that I'm lazy or I don't feel like doing it. I've been dealing and battling with a lot on my end, okay? In you know, in a lot of ways. And one of the main things here is I just want to let you guys know I'm very, very close to getting a diagnosis. I've been dealing with some stuff and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with me. Very close. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I just don't want to announce anything until I officially have it on paper. And it will be a good thing, because once I have that, that's going to give me an action plan. That's going to let me know what I need to do for myself so that I can be consistent for you guys and for myself with my content. So I just want to apologize for the inconsistency, let you know what's going on, let you know that as soon as I know, I will tell you all, I will share it with you, because it might help some of you out there. Once I do tell you what's been going on with me and tell you about my process and my journey, some of you might say, oh my gosh, I totally relate with that, Amethyst. Maybe I should go look into that. So it could be helpful to other people, and that's why I will share it. But I'm not going to share it until I don't know for sure. Hopefully soon. So I just want to let you guys know that and keep you posted as far as that goes. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for your continued support, every single one of you. And I'm wishing you a wonderful next couple of weeks. And all the best, Scorpio. Take care and be well.